What's happening, everybody? Jay Shockblast here, and another Jay and Eric co-op special. Here with my brother Eric. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
And we are going to talk about the new Suicide Squad movie. Got announced a couple weeks ago, and well, I mean, I guess it's already been announced for a little while, but they basically started announcing who would be involved, and these are two characters that will be in the movie. Right here, the only two characters in the movie that have been announced officially that are in this game anyway. So Harley Quinn will be played by Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie. Margot sounds like more proper, but whatever. And of course, Deadshot will be played by surprisingly Will Smith. So I think the announcement was kind of met with a lot of excitement. Some of the other characters that have been announced are Tom Hardy as Rick Flag, Jared Leto as the Joker, Cara Delevingne as the Enchantress, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, and there are rumors that Jesse Eisenberg will show up as what's his face, Lex Luthor. So there's a lot of stuff to kind of take in from that. First of all, what are your thoughts on Will Smith as Deadshot?
Honestly, I want to stick to the canon and keep the character white, unfortunately. I mean, Will Smith is a great actor, but I just feel like he could have been a different villain for a Suicide Squad member. Better than Deadshot. You know, as everybody knows, the Deadshot character is a white guy. And there have been plenty of black superheroes, or villains, in the Suicide Squad.
Most namely
Black Manta and Bronze Tiger.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I think every single time there's a situation like this, whether it's, Heimdall or I mean, I guess Nick Fury doesn't really count because there's the Ultimates Nick Fury, so that kind of makes a little bit of sense. But and
they did that years before they put Samuel L. Jackson in.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, or what are some of the other situations like Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin?
Yep.
Hogan being the that Asian dude who I don't know the name of him in Thor. So I mean, there's a lot of different situations where characters are their race or their gender have been changed for the sake of Hollywood. And I guess kind of the way that I feel is, if I really feel like Hollywood in general right now is being so incredibly lazy. And I just kind of feel like you're borrowing from somebody else's story. So you kind of have a responsibility to stick to their story. And to your point, I mean, I don't really picture Deadshot as being like the Will Smith type of character, Like, I mean, I know that Deadshot isn't exactly as established as, say, somebody like Harley Quinn, or the Joker, or Lex Luthor. We're kind of working with a character that DC must be really, really excited to elevate the stature of.
Deadshot has been he's been getting his push. I mean, he's been featured on Arrow. He's been in multiple DC animated movies. He was a big part of Arkham City. So he's definitely been getting his huge push. And plus, like I said,
would you say he's a big part of Arkham City? He's like trapped in a car, like a subway car. Like that's like all
Deadshot?
Yeah.
No, he was the sniper.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking of No. Deadshot was also stuck in a like a subway car.
Yeah, you trap him in it. He was a mystery sniper.
You're right. I'm just remembering the end and not the middle.
You dummy.
Hey. So anyway, I love Will Smith. Like, Fresh Prince, that's my jam. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Boom Boom Shake the Room.
You did own the CDs.
I had Space Jam because he was. Didn't he do a song on Space Jam?
Nope.
All right. What movie am I thinking of? Wow.
Bad Boys.
I don't know. He did like the theme song of a movie.
It's your favorite movie, Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. Yeah. That's. I don't even know if that's the song I'm thinking of, but
Probably
anyway,
not.
it doesn't even matter.
Men in Black.
Maybe. I whatever. It doesn't matter. I love Will Smith. Will Smith's awesome. It's really like I don't want to like bitch about Will Smith being a character in the game or the movie. I just really feel like Black Manta's a really serious character too, and I kind of like who is it? Jai White.
Michael J. White.
Michael Jai White. Who was Bronze Tiger in Arrow. But I feel like I don't want to the guy that played Deadshot in Arrow. I have no attachment to him. So I think he kind of portrayed Arrow the way I would want him to be portrayed, or not Arrow. Deadshot the way I would expect him to be portrayed, though. Like that's kind of what I expect from Deadshot. Just a run of the mill assassin for hire. He's a
cocky guy.
Yeah, a little cocky.
He's almost Tony Starkish.
Maybe, yeah. So that's
because he never misses.
Right. Well, that's the thing, though. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I know that Will Smith has done some serious roles and everything, plenty of serious roles for that matter. But is that the side of Will Smith you want to see, especially when you're pairing him with Harley Quinn, and you're pairing him with potentially the Joker? We don't know what that deal is yet. I kind of feel like if you're going to have him be a serious character, why not just have him be Black Manta? You're already establishing that Aquaman, Jason Momoa, is going to be in, the
Batman vs. Superman.
Batman vs. Superman. He's also going to be in the Justice League. Yeah, so, you're going to have Aquaman very established. Maybe they're saving Black Manta for a solo Aquaman movie. I don't know.
But it would be nice if he was already established.
Well, you're going to have to establish somebody in an Aquaman movie.
They're most likely going to use Ocean Master.
I guess that's true. They could use Ocean Master. And I was kind of thinking that too, but Black Manta traditionally is the Aquaman villain. So I just kind of feel like, I just kind of feel like that's probably like the that's probably like the character they should have gone with.
True. But like I said, Will Smith, yes, he can be Deadshot, no problem. But it's just like I said, I'm a stickler for. I want him to keep it as close to the comics as possible without. And I'm sorry, but like I said, Deadshot is a white character. Even though the costume that my character is wearing right now is fully clothed, like you can't even see his face. So it's like, what's the big deal? You can't even see what color he is.
Right. I just kind of feel like at this point, I don't know where they're going with Suicide Squad, to be honest. Like, it's weird to have that be such a lead-off movie. At least with like Sinister Six, with what Marvel is doing. We've already had a lot of these, characters kind of established. We had a movie to establish them. That's not to say that we're not going to have that opportunity with, with Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, to start establishing, some of these characters. And I know we know who, some of these characters are, but it's just such a random movie, like a random group. I kind of thought it would have made sense to have like that, the Secret Society of Supervillains, the Hall of Doom,
Legion of Doom,
the Legion of Doom, where they've got the Hall of Doom, something like that would make way more sense, because then you're gonna have like the marquee names of the super villainry, if you will. You'll have Lex Luthor, obviously, who you're trying to get in there anyway. Was Joker part of that?
Not really.
Okay, yeah, but you had like the Riddler, you had Penguin, you had Sinestro, Scarecrow.
I mean, Joker's like one of the only Batman villains who doesn't really like to play along with anybody.
Yeah, that's kind of why it's kind of weird to see that he's like somehow involved.
But again, he's integral to Harley Quinn, so they could probably just have him as a cameo, like doing her back history, because she was the Joker's psychiatrist.
Sure, and I suppose that could be an intro to rebooting the Batman franchise as well. I don't know if it would make way more sense if they were somehow involving, the Joker in Batman vs. Superman, and having Jared Leto there, but I don't know. It just seems kind of odd to have him involved in any way, shape, or form, since he is definitely not... he's definitely not the right character for that, so...
On a side note, the Legion of Doom wrestling team got their name from the DC characters.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I wasn't aware of that. So that's interesting. I always kind of felt weird, like calling them the Legion of Doom, just because I just think of the wrestlers,
Exactly.
So,
and you can see all of that on the WWE Network for just $9.99.
Oh, I like how you slipped that in. So what else? Rick Flag. I mean, Tom Hardy. I wouldn't say great actor. He's good, but he's definitely getting. Whoa! I keep falling off. Like, this is what I hate about the hub worlds, man. I feel like we need another planet here. So I definitely think it's interesting that they have him involved. But again, Rick Flag. I know he's traditionally kind of like the leader of the Suicide Squad, but I guess it's a good opportunity to kind of bring him in. It's a weird group though. Like, I feel like Black Manta being involved would be pretty big. Granted, we don't. Shoot, whoops.
That was your fault.
That was my fault. So granted, we don't necessarily go underwater. I guess we don't really know. But like Enchantress, she's not anything. I mean, she's like got that mystical kind of nature. So we're not like all soldiered out. Harley Quinn is hardly a soldier. So it's, I have to expect there's going to be like some humor involved here, just by simply having Harley Quinn involved at all. But there's definitely a lot of other kind of great characters that they could have gone with. We've both mentioned Black Manta. Poison Ivy could have been in there. Deathstroke, hello.
Bronze Tiger.
Bronze Tiger.
Catman.
So Captain Boomerang, I think, is supposed to be in this at some point, right?
Well,
they haven't announced. Oh, that's right. They have announced who it is.
That's Jay Courtney.
Jay Courtney, yeah. So I think I might have skipped that. So yeah, I mean, that Captain Boomerang makes a lot of sense. Obviously,
he's been a long-time member of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's definitely Plastique. She's definitely a character. Multiplex.
The new Suicide Squad comic. They just put in Reverse Flash.
Oh, really?
Man-Bats.
Oh, Man-Bat.
Well, not Man-Bat himself, but like from the Ninjas, the Ninja Bats. I forgot who else I saw on the cover.
Joker's daughter.
Joker's daughter got included, but that's I highly doubt we'll ever see her.
Yeah.
In a DC movie. Maybe animated, but
like she's kind of just getting reestablished, Then
you got King Shark you could put in.
El Diablo.
That's the Spider. He was on one of the last incarnations of Suicide Squad comics that they've done. I mean, there's a lot of characters they could have put in. And yeah, Rick Flag was definitely the leader and all that back in the 80s, but most of the 2000 ones, he's not even really included.
So I think we're all pretty intrigued by what's going on. I'm glad that they went with Deadshot as Will Smith if they were going to screw up anybody, because I feel like the very Hollywood thing to do would have been for them to come at us with Will Smith being Deathstroke.
That would have pissed you off.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just one of those characters you don't kind of fuck with, I feel like that would be the equivalent of coming and saying Thor's a girl. Oh, wait.
They already did that.
Yeah, so... no, it'd be like the equivalent of...
Making Nova a child.
Oh,
wait,
man.
they already did that too.
Man, you had to go there.
I did.
It would be like the equivalent of, having a Captain America movie and saying Steve Rogers is black, is not Falcon is Captain America. That's okay. I'm okay with that. But like Steve Rogers or I don't know, Johnny Storm. So yeah. Anyway, I'm intrigued by what's gonna happen though with the movie. I mean,
isn't that what we said when we first found out Chris Evans was Captain America?
Yeah. So there's one thing.
That the guy who played Johnny Storm, really?
Well, right. You know that Michael B. Jordan is Johnny Storm in this new travesty they're calling the Fantastic Four, right?
I'm keeping an open mind on it.
No. Dr. Doom's a blogger.
It's the new age, man.
No. Nah. Anyway.
You're not even a Fantastic Four fan.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a Fantastic Four. You can't, screw it up that much. So, I think we're both really intrigued by what's going to happen. Casting is a bit weird, but, they definitely went with some names.
But that could all change. It's still a couple years away.
Yeah, we are definitely still a couple years away. I'd like to know what everybody thinks of the Suicide Squad. What we could be seeing here. What you think of the casting. I don't want to harp on the whole race thing. It's a big deal. It's not like... I feel like you always have to kind of, preface it by saying, hey, I'm not racist. Can
we protest?
What?
Can we go protest?
Yeah. It's not a matter of, racism or anything like that. It's just... These are characters that exist, and I just don't, I don't really feel like they've earned the right to change them,
Exactly.
I have no problem with Will Smith being involved with the movie. It's just give him a character. What would be such a bad thing about Black Manta being Will Smith being Black Manta?
Exactly.
That would be awesome.
Exactly.
That would be so good because
and he could give a lot of credibility to Aquaman because Jason Momoa is still, he's not a big time leading actor. He's known, but look at when he redid Conan. It didn't really do that well because it's okay, who's this guy? A lot of people haven't heard of him, but nerds did because they know him from, Stargate and stuff like that. So,
but seriously, how awesome would it be to do an Aquaman movie
with Will Smith in it?
With Will Smith as the bad guy.
How often does he ever play the bad guy?
He doesn't play the bad guy.
So, like I said, it would have made perfect sense if they did that.
Yeah, I don't like the whole Deadshot thing. I would have actually thought it would have been better if, instead of having Rick Flag in here, if they had Tom Hardy be Deadshot, which I know is really not, his forte or strength.
Or he could be Bane again.
He could be Bane again. But Bane was never in the Suicide Squad, was he?
He was part of the Secret Six, which is kind of the same deal.
Yeah. Well, I know he's more of the muscle-bound kind of...
He could have been Deathstroke.
He could have been Deathstroke. There you go. He could have been Deathstroke. You're right. So Tom Hardy could have been Deathstroke. Will Smith could have been Black Manta. Both characters get a massive bump in their prestige. And, Deadshot, you can still have somebody be Deadshot.
You could have made Jared Leto Deadshot.
Well, I'm actually very interested to see what Jared Leto does as
Joker.
As Joker, I'm very, very intrigued.
So am I. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They wanted to play it safe. That's what they could do.
Yeah, I think that would have been better casting. But who are we? Except the people that are going to pay to watch the movie.
We're just some schlebs.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic over to you guys, or I guess your keyboards. Let us know what you think as far as casting for Suicide Squad and what you're hoping for, what you expect. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We've got a couple more coming before sniff sniff. Eric goes back to Florida tomorrow. I'm super sad about it. But it's okay. He's just going to move back up here in my new house.